This is a recording of a Star Wars Quizbowl trash packet entitled The Sacred Texts. Toss-up number 1. This character was enslaved as a child by the criminal Halstead, who was, quote, a surprisingly kind master, unquote. She used seduction techniques she called, quote, the nod and the wink, unquote, and the full-on gambit during her time as a bounty hunter. She trained as a Jedi under Kai Narek before his death on Ratatak caused her to turn to the dark side, but she seemed to be on the path to redemption before her death on Christophsis in the arms of her lover Quinlan Vos. For 10 points, name this Night Sister and former Sith acolyte nicknamed the Hairless Harpy, who was betrayed and left for dead by her master Count Dooku during the Clone Wars. And that would be Ventress, Asajj Ventress. Toss-up number 2. The assassination attempts on Padme Amidala in Attack of the Clones were initially thought to be the doings of disgruntled miners of this substance on the moons of Naboo. One variation of this substance from Ryloth is known as Rill, and the Onaka gang demanded 1 million credits worth of this substance in ransom for Count Dooku. Lom Pike wore an amulet containing this substance, which his fingers were also stained with, and his organization, the Pike Syndicate, controlled several mines for this substance on the planet Kessel. For 10 points, name this narcotic that also comes in the Sansana variety. And that would be spice. I could have also accepted Rill before it was mentioned. R-Y-L-L. Toss-up number 3. Although born in Perth to 2 teachers, this person was raised in nearby Crieff. This person's brother was a pilot, although he himself would attend school to become an actor. His first breakthrough role was as an addict in the 1996 film Trainspotting. This man's uncle, Dennis Lawson, appeared in A New Hope as Wedge Antilles. This gorgeous man appeared in 3 Star Wars movies and has been rumored to appear in his own spin-off. For 10 points, name this Scottish actor who famously played Obi-Wan Kenobi. And that would be Ewan McGregor, and it instructs me to prompt on Jesus. Toss-up number 4. This character was born on the planet Apatros in 1026 BBY. His first contact with the Force was when he reached out with the dark side in his sleep to kill his abusive father. He would eventually join the Brotherhood of Darkness, although, disillusioned with their ways, he would leave the Brotherhood and, unlike his contemporaries, adopt the title of Darth. This man trained Darth Zana in the ways of the dark side, although she would eventually kill him on the planet of Ambria. For 10 points, name this prophesied Sithari and creator of the Rule of 2. And that would be Darth Bane. Toss-up number 5. This film holds the world record for highest opening day gross on a Thursday. A possible title for this movie was The Creeping Fear, although this idea was eventually scrapped. A bootleg copy of this film was released in Shanghai with mistranslated English subtitles which referred to the Jedi Council as the Presbyterian Church. This movie was the best received of its trilogy, with special praise going to actors Ian McDiarmid and Frank Oz for their performances. This film features the most lightsaber combat of any Star Wars film to date. For 10 points, name this 3rd film of the Star Wars prequels in which Obi-Wan Kenobi says, "Hello there." And that would be Revenge of the Sith. Toss-up number 6. This character, the son of Kashyyyk and a Jedi was born in 47 BBY. He would be trained as a Jedi under both Mundi and the Dark Woman, going on to fight in the Clone Wars on Boz-Pity and Saleucami. This man fell to the dark side after being tortured by the Yuuzhan Vong, disappearing from galactic events and gathering his power base on Korriban. He emerged, deposing Emperor Rohan Fel and seizing control of the galaxy. This man's most trusted advisor, Darth Wirelock III, would kill him, although he would return to take revenge on Wirelock. His final stand would be against Cade Skywalker in 138 ABY. For 10 points, name this only son of Sherrod Het and founder of the One Sith. The answer there, that would be Darth Krayt, or Asherad Het. Toss-up number 7. This planet, found in the Anowat sector, was first settled by humans when Empress Teta established a small mining operation 2,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, but Lord Eccles's Fig commissioned this planet's most well-known city in 400 BBY. He appointed many apartments with valuable stone from Alderaan, which Princess Leia noted during her stay on this planet. Cloud cars were the main form of personal transportation on this planet, where humans could only survive in a layer of the atmosphere known as the Life Zone. For 10 points, name this planet where valuable Tabana gas was mined and where Lando Calrissian served as Baron Administrator of Cloud City. That would be Bespin. Toss-up number 8. This character appeared in graffiti art aboard The Ghost, and he was based off of Lee Von Cleef's character from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Eldrakitis was captured by a group including this man a few years prior to the Battle of Naboo. He once escaped Republic hands disguised as a clone trooper. This man was hired multiple times to both free and capture Zero the Hutt, and he had a reputation for hunting Jedi. This man and his associates once held a group of senators hostage, and he would eventually, along with other bounty hunters, be tested by Count Dooku in a tournament known as the Box on Sereno. For 10 points, name this Duros bounty hunter, famous for his duster coat and wide-brimmed hat. That would be Cad Bane. Toss-up number 9. This creature's skin changes color based on what food it eats, and suitably becomes transparent when it has not eaten in a while. This creature originated on the planet Vodron, but migrated off-world by stowing away in the garbage hold of ships. This cephalopod often takes residence in garbage, which may seem annoying, but can actually be useful because they have the capability to strip biological materials off of waste, leaving behind salvageable minerals. George Lucas was reportedly unimpressed with the final look of this creature, as he had hoped for something a bit more menacing. For 10 points, name this creature that attacked Luke in the Death Star trash compactors. And that would be a Dianoga. I could have also accepted Garbage Squid. Toss-up number 10. A meme about this character puts him in a conversation with The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson, in which Johnson says, "I know you don't," when this character says he doesn't get a joke that just states a heroic death. This experienced commander led the rebel flagship Home One during the original trilogy and his native army during a battle on their aquatic homeworld in the Clone Wars. His most famous line comes in response to the revelation that the second Death Star is fully operational. For 10 points, name this Mon Calamari admiral who famously said, "It's a trap." And that would be Admiral Gial Akbar. Toss-up number 11. This object was stolen from Unkar Plutt, who stole it from the Irving boys, who stole it from Duquesne, who stole it from its most well-known owner. This object's navicomputer consisted of 3 droid brains, the most notable of which was posthumously donated by L337. This object underwent extensive modifications by its current owner to make it the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. For 10 points, name this ship, which famously made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs with the expert pilot Han Solo at the helm. And that would be the Millennium Falcon. Toss-up 12. This planet was sparsely populated, but its few settlements included one named Fernima, the hut, in which the Cuso Constable Zuvio was the only one concerned with law enforcement. This planet's Goazon Badlands were the site of a pivotal crash landing by 2 fugitives, one of whom, believing the other to be dead, took his jacket. Tuanul Village was the site of a massacre on this planet, and also the home of Lor San Tekka, who gave Luke Skywalker's map to Poe Dameron. For 10 points, name this desert planet from The Force Awakens, home of the Force-sensitive scavenger Rey. That would be Jakku. Toss-up number 13. This droid's internal components include, quote, a selenium drive and a thermal hyperscan vindicator, unquote. This droid, when not with his usual owner, often worked alongside a Resistance spy on a refueling station known as the Colossus. This droid was captured in a net by a Tito before being rescued by one of our heroes. Unkar Plutt offered that hero 60 portions for this droid the next day, though she turned him down. In one of the cuter moments in the saga, this droid used his lightsaber as a thumbs down. For 10 points, name this Resistance droid, who can usually be found flying missions with X-Wing pilot Poe Dameron. And that would be BB-8. Toss-up number 14. This person nearly emerged victorious in a duel on Vasek's third moon. During that duel, he took his opponent off guard by using 2 lightsabers, his own and his fallen Padawan Nadar Veb's. This Jedi was one of the few masters who specialized in Form 1 lightsaber combat. He fought in the first battle of Geonosis, where he toppled a battle droid with C-3PO's head on it. After defeating that peculiar droid, he flashed his trademark smile. For 10 points, name this Nautolan Jedi Master who was killed by Darth Sidious, although a few seconds after the deaths, Masters Agan Kolar and Saesee Tiin. That would be Fisto, Kit Fisto. Toss-up 15. This planet bordered the Calamari sector on the edge of the Outer Rim. It was home to a variety of colonists, having no native sentient species, and these colonists would develop an economy centered on agriculture. This planet's northern tundras were the location of an ancient underground Jedi temple that uniquely featured images of the Mortis gods. This planet shares its name with a species of cat and a species of wolf, both of which are native fauna. It was liberated from Imperial occupation under Arinda Price by the Spectres. For 10 points, name this homeworld of Ezra Bridger. That would be Lothal. Toss-up number 16. Among this song's influences are Mars, Bringer of War by Gustav Holst, and Chopin's Piano Sonata No. 2 in B-flat minor. A major key version of the song plays in scenes at the Coronet Spaceport in Solo, and this song's in-universe name is Glory of the Empire. This song's use in the prequel trilogy increased markedly from film to film and notably plays in the final shots of Attack of the Clones, emphasizing the parallel between clone troopers and stormtroopers. Its first and most famous use, though, was in The Empire Strikes Back. For 10 points, name this ominous, often hummed military tune. That would be the Imperial March. Toss-up 17. This film, quote-unquote, was the first time James Earl Jones was credited in a Star Wars movie. In it, Luke Skywalker is saved from a monster by a bounty hunter. That bounty hunter is Boba Fett, who also makes his debut in this film. Imperials force their way into a Wookiee household in this television special, which George Lucas had initially imagined as an entire film about only Wookiees. It featured such characters as Malla, Itchy, and Lumpy, who are preparing for the in-universe version of the title event. For 10 points, name this disgusting abomination of Star Wars media in which Chewbacca must return home for Life Day. That would be the Star Wars Holiday Special. Toss-up number 18. This species with 2 homeworlds is considered among the strongest-willed in the galaxy. One of 2 notable Jedi of this species was captured by General Grievous and used hand signals to communicate his location over hologram to a rescue party that included Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, and Adi Gallia. The other notable Jedi of this species was considered one of the best duelists to ever live, yet was slaughtered in seconds by Darth Sidious. But perhaps the best-known member of this species killed Qui-Gon Jinn and was cut in half by Kenobi. For 10 points, name this species that included Eth Koth, Aegon Kolar, the bounty hunter Sugi, and Darth Maul. And that species is the Zabrak. Toss-up number 19. This character trained insurgents on Onderon and spent many years living on the planet Selos. He allowed a deserter to escape during the Battle of Salukami, and this was the first time that he began to question his purpose. He would disobey orders again after a Jedi commanded his troops to attack their fellows in the Battle of Umbara. That Jedi was Pong Krell. This man was close friends with Ahsoka Tano, who he would reunite with many years after Order 66, when both joined the Phoenix Cell, and he would go on to fight in the Battle of Endor. This ARC Trooper's designation was CT-7567, and he wore Jig eyes on his helmet. For 10 points, name this clone captain in the 501st Legion and second in command of Anakin Skywalker. That would be Captain Rex. Toss-up 20, which is the penultimate toss-up. In a different production, an actress on this show allowed a character played by Ryan Reynolds to escape a torture chamber by letting a match drop into it. That actress, Gina Carano, was a former MMA fighter and played Angel Dust in Deadpool. This show's producer, who directed the 26th remake of The Jungle Book, teased the return of IG-88 in December 2018. This show's lead actor is best known for playing the fan favorite Oberyn Martell on Game of Thrones. For 10 points, name this upcoming live-action Star Wars show which takes place 6 years after Return of the Jedi and follows a lone gunslinger. And that show is called The Mandalorian. Final toss-up for the packet. This is normally the tiebreaker. This action was prompted in 19 BBY by a Jedi discovery. Occurring in response to the accusations of a group of Jedi, this declaration provokes 2 outraged responses and a screech, leading to a lightsaber duel in which a window shatters. In popular culture, this quote has been seen in a seemingly infinite deluge of memes in which a central character proclaims his identity. For 10 points, name this quote in which Sheev Palpatine identifies himself as the legislature of the Galactic Republic. And that quote is, "I am the Senate." And that concludes this packet.